Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very special series that is all about stepping into the role of a spiritual thought leader and elevating your status from being just another practitioner or healer or guide or coach or whatever it is that you do to becoming the one that people want to work with because they appreciate your unique voice and they really truly understand your message. So let me start off by asking you a question. Why do you think that some spiritual entrepreneurs are deeply respected, trusted, and sought after, while so many others tend to feel like they're constantly fighting for attention? And why do some healers, teachers, and coaches seem to be so firmly established in their work, while others wonder why they're being overlooked, even though they know their work is really super valuable and important and soul aligned? You know what I'm saying? In this short but sweet video series, I'm going to share what actually creates that presence of spiritual leadership as like a thought leader in this current era and this next era that we're moving into as a collective, and why writing a book plays a much bigger role than most people realize. If you don't know who I am yet, my name is Natalie. I am the founder of Divine Flow Publishing Co. and the creator of Book Magic. I am so excited to welcome you to this special series on how becoming a spiritual thought leader and how writing a book supports your spiritual business in 2026 and beyond. In this first video of this short but sweet series, it's designed to be binge watched in a day. It's not super long, but it is jam-packed with a lot of information and reframes, insights, inspiration that's going to really help you think about your business differently as we move into 2026 and beyond. So in this first video, we're going to talk about the role that a book plays in becoming seen as a successful leader, especially right now at this time on the planet. This is going to immediately help you understand why so many spiritual entrepreneurs feel unsettled and frustrated that they're not being seen, they're not getting engagement, they're not getting as many bookings anymore. Maybe they used to, but they're not anymore. And why those feelings are so not a sign that you are a failure, not even close, definitely not at all. These are signs that things are changing in the marketing space, and we need to get on board with a different way of sharing our work today in order to feel that fulfillment and to get back what we were actually putting in. So if you're someone who does super meaningful work, but you're not getting that recognition or the stability that you've hoped for, maybe you have experienced it in the past, but it isn't coming back anymore, or you feel like you're doing everything you were told to do in marketing and it still feels like nothing is working, stay with me. I've been there. I so get it. And I've also been on the other side of it. It really just takes a simple reframe that I'm going to be sharing with you in this series. And what we're talking about today will help you see your work and your path ahead for 2026 very, very differently. So the main goal of today's workshop, it is very simple. It's to help you understand how to build authority and trust in a way that actually supports your business long term. So today we're going to start by looking at what spiritual leadership really means in 2026 and why a book has become one of the most grounding ways to step into the bigger starring role your soul was meant to embody. This is what is also going to open the door for more stability in your income, more alignment with your absolute dream clients, and just more ease overall in how you grow your work long term. But before we go any further, we need to overthrow this old belief that was probably hammered into you for the last 10 years, maybe more. If you think that showing up more often and more consistently in order to become more visible is what will allow others to perceive you as a leader, you're going to keep feeling frustrated, even when you're on that never-ending wheel of content creation, doing all the things you've been told you're meant to do. And if you're not doing all the things you've been told you're meant to do, you're going to keep feeling like you're behind, like you're not doing enough, and that's why you feel you're getting stuck. Many people assume that if they just post more, share more, or just like show up more consistently, that famous word, things will eventually click. But what if being seen as a leader today is not about being seen more often, but about being seen in the right context? This might be wildly different from what you've been taught about marketing and branding or growth online, especially in the online spiritual spaces. But This shift is exactly why so many talented spiritual entrepreneurs feel really disoriented right now with like how to even sell, how to show up, how to market themselves, what to even say online that's actually going to make a difference. You might have tried being consistent. You might have tried sharing more vulnerable or adding more value to your offers. And still, it can feel like people are scrolling past. They're hesitant to commit, or they just keep treating your work as if it's something that's optional or nice to have, but maybe later. Trying to build a business this way can be so exhausting. I know you felt it. I see so many people feeling it. And I used to feel that same way too. You start wondering, am I doing something wrong? What if my work's not good enough anymore? What if I'm not good enough? Do I need to change who I am to be taken seriously? Do I need to be someone I'm not? If any of this sounds familiar, you are so not alone and you're not wrong for feeling this way. It is disheartening to put so much effort into your online visibility when all you really want to do deep down is help others in a way that you know is powerful and life-changing. So why can't they see it too, right? So in this video, I'm going to share a simple reframe that explains why a book plays such a powerful role when it comes to being seen as a leader, a thought leader, and how it can greatly enhance however you're already showing up online, but also help you be able to post less and feel less frazzled trying to keep up with a system that doesn't even really work most of the time anyway. If you've been feeling really overlooked and undervalued, or you're just like tired of always proving yourself, this reframe is going to help you understand what's actually missing and how to shift it. And I'm really excited to share it with you. Whether you're early in your business or you're already established, by the end of this video, you're going to see why being seen as a unique, trusted leader is absolutely not something you need to be hustling for, but something that you step into through the way you carefully position your presence. Okay? I am calling this reframe the context shift. I know it sounds fancy, but stay with me and I'll make sure you get it. I realized this context shift reframe because I've kept watching spiritual entrepreneurs get sidetracked. I see people trying to scale their visibility without anchoring their message and getting clear on what they actually want to be saying. I see people doing such beautiful work online that sadly feels very easy to ignore and scroll past. You can definitely see the effort that's being put in, but you can also see that they're not getting the results they want due to the lack of attention that these posts are getting. And if I'm honest, that has been my experience too. Things have changed a lot. And even when I was stepping into a chapter of my business where I was feeling the most authentically aligned I ever had, I was still holding on to old jobs and businesses and old beliefs around marketing that I got from those periods in my life and my learning that used to work really well in the 2010s, but that were keeping me stuck in the here and now, and how social media has like really evolved into not as friendly of a place and not as easy of a place to be seen and to sell. So I didn't want to spend my life chasing people's attention just to be able to earn the privilege to get hired to do the important soul-centered work that I knew was incredibly powerful. It's like, how come you guys don't see how amazing this is? Do you ever feel that way? Before I became an author, there was a point where I knew I was meant to do deeper, more aligned work, but I didn't fully feel anchored. It's like I understood what I was trying to do, but I didn't know how to make other people understand it. I was creating these really amazing offers and I was educating and inspiring through so much free content, maybe too much at times. And I was showing up in all the ways and all the places that everybody tells you to show up on, right? But everything felt so dependent on keeping this content machine churning. If I slowed down, if I missed a post or a podcast, or God forbid, my weekly email newsletter, things started to feel really shaky. I felt nervous that my business was going to just like implode like that if I didn't keep this going. And maybe some of you have experienced this too. I really wondered if my work would ever feel firmly established instead of this like temporary fleeting thing that wasn't going to last if I had to take my foot off the gas for whatever reason, usually out of exhaustion. It was honestly really discouraging, but it's also what I felt like I was supposed to be doing to survive in business. And sometimes it was working and sometimes it wasn't. And as social media has continued to evolve, it's working less and less, you might have noticed. So eventually, luckily, I realized that if I wanted stability and to be seen and respected for my work as a true leader, I needed to create something that could properly express the true depth of my work and something that would make me stand out as an actual authority, not just another voice going through the feed, right? So once I stopped relying solely on content creation and started thinking in terms of my greater contribution, everything changed. Writing and publishing my first book shifted how people related to me. It was very noticeable. It changed the level of trust that people were able to develop in what I did. It opened doors that I didn't have to be knocking on constantly, like, let me in, I just want to help you. And I was able to create less content and post less often and focus on serving paying clients and customers that I'm here to serve instead. I can take a break from my podcast without worrying that like all my sales are going to just go away overnight. So if you are ready to experience less friction in your marketing, then you are going to love what's coming up because this story doesn't stop with me. Everything I'm about to share with you is the exact plan I followed to move from visibility-based growth to authority-based growth. And it has led me to attract more clients more easily while posting far less so I can spend more time doing what I love to do and what I do to help others behind the scenes after they've reached that like payment gateway and made it through the other side and really help people on the deepest of levels instead of wasting my time skimming the surface on social media so much like I used to. And that's really what I want from you. All spiritual entrepreneurs truly deserve to do the work they came here to do, not waste their time being distracted by the ever-changing algorithms and getting caught up in that feeling of not enoughness, which is why I really want to make this easy for you. So, coming up, I'm going to share just how to do this. At its core, leadership is all about the context you allow yourself to be seen in. Social media places your work in an endless stream of distraction. A book places your work in a specific setting where your reader is focused and they're paying attention to what you're saying and they're really absorbing it, right? When someone reads your book, they're not skimming, waiting for something else to pop up that's more exciting. They're actually listening, they're paying attention. And this is why books completely change how people see you, even if you're not posting every single day. This context matters. This is why it's all about the context shift. Now, understanding the role of a book is one thing, but the next question is, how does the book actually build credibility in a way that social media cannot? Isn't a book just another form of content, another product that you're going to need to show up and market with more content? Fair questions. A book definitely is a form of content, but it's one that lives in a completely different category in the mind of your audience. To them, their bookshelf is filled with experts, while their social media feed is filled mostly with amateurs and advertisements and annoying attention seekers that just want to go viral. So, yes, a book is content, but it doesn't get treated like normal content. It gets treated like a credential, and that shifts how people trust you and how they see you. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly why gaining this credibility is so much more important than getting others' attention and how a book bridges that gap for you. In video 2, I'll bring home exactly why a book functions so differently in the minds of readers and potential clients when it comes specifically to how they make buying decisions. Yes, you have captured more of someone's attention when you're reading their book, but how does this support them actually buying from you? But before you go to the next video, I'd love to hear from you. What has resonated the most in this video? Where have you been feeling the most stress and tension when it comes to marketing your offerings so far? Leave a comment below or to the side. I can't remember where it is on here. And I will read and respond to everyone. Being seen as a leader is not about proving yourself. You're not waiting for someone to crown you or for Oprah to call or for someone else to tell you that you're good enough. The real secret is it's about showing up in ways that allow people to see you in a different light. And you don't have to wait for someone to do this for you. You can do it for yourself. Creating something that holds the true depth of your work will help set you apart from the noise of the rest of the crowd. And to talk more about this with you, I can't wait to see you in the next video.